Hi class, today we're going to finish up the second page of section 6.2, which is the inverse functions. And so what we're going to learn to do today is to determine whether a pair of functions are inverses or not. They are inverses if you take f of g of x, and that equals x, and then you try g of f of x, and it must also equal x in order for the two functions to be inverses. So here's an example of two functions that are inverses of each other. So we have the first one, f of x equals 2x minus 7, and the second one, g of x equals 1/2 times the sum of x and 7. So what you do then is to find f of g of x, we put into the f function, so into the f function where x is, we're going to insert the g of x function. So it goes right here where x was. Now if you FOIL through here, multiply through, first of all, 2 times 1/2 is 1. So that would leave us, this would give us a 1. 1 times x is x. 1 times 7 is 7. But then you also have this minus 7. So x plus 7 minus 7 equals x. Now if we try it the other way, g of f of x, we're going to get into the g function where this x is, we are going to put in 2x minus 7. So you can see that we've got, where the x is, we have the 2x minus 7 plugged in that spot. So if you take this and simplify, 2x minus 7 plus 7 would give you 2x. So 1/2 times 2x would give you an x. It's another way to look at it, other than what they've done here. And here, I think all they did was take and multiply the 1/2 times the 2x to get x, and then you had a plus 7 and a minus 7. But I think my way might be a little easier. If you just look at it here, that you have a negative 7 plus 7, which zeroes out. So you'd have 1/2 times 2x, which equals x. So notice how both times when we inputted one function into the other, the output both times was x. That tells us that the two functions are inverses of each other. Here's an example of two functions that are not inverses of each other. So we have f of x equals 4x plus 1/3, and g of x equals 1/4 x minus 3. So we're going to take f of g of x, so in the x function, or in the f function where x is, we're going to replace it with 1/4 x minus 3. So you can see, here's your x, 1/4 x minus 3. When you simplify this, 4 times 1/4 gives you x. 4 times negative 3 gives you negative 12, but you also have plus a 1/3. Since this does not equal x, the functions aren't inverses of each other. So there's no reason to do g of f of x. If f of g of x didn't give us x, then it doesn't matter what g of f of x is, they're still not going to be inverses. Okay, so here's our two functions, 3x minus 1 and 1/3 x plus 1/3. To find f of g of x, what I'm going to do is take f of 1/3 x plus 1/3. So in the function here where x is, we're going to put in 1/3 x plus 1/3. So we have had 3 times our x, which is the g of x, minus 1. So 3 times 1/3 x would be x, plus 3 times 1/3 would be 1, and then you have another minus 1, so that gives us x. It gives us x, we want to keep going, we want to try the other way, so we're going to take g of 3x minus 1, so we're going to plug in 1/3 times 3x minus 1 plus 1/3. 1/3 times 3x would be x. 1/3 times -1 would be minus 1/3. And you've got a plus 1/3 right here. So this would also give us x. So are these inverses? Yes. They are inverses. For the next two, f of x is 1/4 x plus 5, and g of x is 4x minus 20. So we're going to take f of g of x. So in our function where x is, we're going to plug in 4x minus 20. And then we don't want to forget that we also have plus 5 out here. So 1/4 times 4x would give you x minus 1/4 times 20, which would be 5, plus 5. So x minus 5 plus 5 is x. And then we're going to take g of f of x, which f of x was 1/4 x plus 5. So we're going to have 4 times, so I'm using the g of x, 1/4 x plus 5 minus 20. 4 times 1/4 x would be x, plus 4 times 5 would be 20, minus 20 would give us x again. So are these inverses? Yes, they are. Okay, so we have 2 more examples. These are going to be functions that are not inverses. So I'll show you how it's kind of nice when that happens, because then you don't have to work through the problem twice with a f of g of x and a g of f of x. You only need to do it once, and if it doesn't work, doesn't give you x, then the functions can't be inverses. Okay, so we've got f of x equals 1/2 x minus 10, and g of x equals 2x plus 1/10. So we're going to take f of 2x plus 1/10. So we're going to have 1/2 times 2x plus 1/10 minus 10. 1/2 times 2x would be x. 1/2 times 1/10 would be plus 1/20. Then we have a minus 10. Well, 1/20 minus 10 is not x. So this is what my answer is. Since that does not equal x, these are not going to be inverses. So just put a no down there. And for the last one, f of x is 2x plus 5, and g of x is 20 minus 2x. So we're going to have f of 20 minus 2x equals 2 times the 20 minus 2x plus 5. 2 times 20 is 40, minus 2 times 2x, which would be minus 4x. And then we have plus 5, which if we wanted to, we could kind of clean that up, or you could see that that doesn't equal x. What that equals is, you could write it as 45 minus 4x, or you could say negative 4x plus 45. Either way, since we didn't get x for an answer, the 2 functions are not inverses. Okay, I hope that you will find this video helpful as you complete the rest of section 6.2. And until I see you again, have a great day.